Welcome to Off the Rails with Chris and Nicole. Tell 'em, Mean Gene.
How did you get into the food business?
How did I get into the food business?
Yeah.
Well, it really started in high school is when I really got into it, and I really enjoyed it. So
I know this part.
Huh?
I know this part.
I had this teacher, Hooley Feathers. Absolutely loved Hooley. He was he was in the LTCC, and we had this, it would, I guess, basically be Go Caps now, before there was
Pretty
Go
much,
Caps.
yeah. Mhm.
And we got to go out and do, basically go and shadow wherever we wanted to. And so I went to this place called Senior Peppers. You ever heard of it? So I went there.
Once or twice.
I got to train with Jim, and I got to train with your mom, Rhonda. And so I had to create a menu, and I had to create everything for a restaurant. And they were my tour guides into this world. So your mom.
Isn't that funny? And I had no idea who you were.
I never met her before, so.
Never.
I've known your mom, oh gosh,
I think
so much longer than I've known you.
Well, I think we've known each other's parents
Oh,
longer
yeah.
than we've known each other. Because the same is true with your mom and dad. I've known them forever.
Yeah. She used to rent a house, I guess one of my houses, when I didn't even live here, from my parents.
Yeah.
So
It's just crazy.
it's been a long time. So.
Uh-huh. I planted a tree when Kendall was born at that house. It's still there today.
It's massive.
It's huge.
So that got me going. And then I went into college at William Jewell. And there I had another class where I had to create another restaurant and came up with some different ideas. And that's where it really all started, was there in high school, then college. And then I went to, are we off the rails, or are we just in the kitchen cooking?
Whatever you want to do.
Because
Sure show.
I had a project my senior year in college, and I created a.
Oh, I know where this is going.
That's
okay.
why I asked if it was off the rails
Well,
or
just
not.
say it, and if we need to take it out, we'll take it out.
I created a golf range. I guess it'd really be like a Top Golf before there was a Top Golf. But my
He
more
basically
interest.
created Top Golf before Top Golf existed.
But my interest was more in the food part of the golf than the actual driving range part of it. But it was called Balls Deep. So, I mean, you're hitting balls deep, man, you know? So.
So ridiculous.
It was a great project. And so from there, I graduated from William Jewell. Me and 3 of my fraternity brothers moved to Maine, where I worked as a bartender / server / whatever I could do at a place called Lawnmere Inn. And, oh gosh, boy, I'm getting old. What was the other one?
You don't have to age yourself.
Beard, great as that. But so there I got into it there in Maine. I was in Maine for from May to August, which is their season in Maine. And then once the season died, they shut the water off to the resort we were staying at, because they shut the water off in August, because at any point past August, you never know when it's going to freeze. So
Was it like a touristy town? It's
it's a
kind of like the other ones where they shut it down,
yeah.
and like the only people there are just locals and
Yeah, and there's not a lot open. There was a grocery store and like 2 restaurants that stayed open after the season ended. So from there, the guy that we lived with and worked with took a job in Boston. And so I went down and interviewed and got the job at Elephant and Castle restaurant and bar to become a manager. So.
Is this before or after the boat?
This is before the boat.
Oh, okay.
So we would go in there. That's where I learned everything about a restaurant, bar, anything like that. So we went in. I was there for a while, learned how to cook out there. I learned how to bartend well out there. I learned how to serve. Learned how to do a lot of things at Elephant and Castle. And so from there, I went to the Odyssey, which is a cruise ship that goes around the inner harbor of Boston. And now you want to talk about some fun times. That's way off the rails, so we can't go there. But
Don't. Not appropriate for
not appropriate at all.
audiences.
This is a children's show as well, so we won't go there. But we worked on a cruise ship that did a 3-hour, 4-hour tour of the inner harbor. And so we would get, it was a 4-story, ocean, I don't know what you'd call it, a cruise ship kind of thing. So
Think Branson Showboat.
Branson Showboat, yeah.
It's
so
typically the same thing.
basically you'd either have a day cruise or a night cruise. And then from the night cruise, you would have, I was a first server. So you had first server, second server, then you had essays and everything. So literally my only job was to go to the table, introduce, tell us about the ship, tell us about everything.
Let me ask you something.
And then
Was the stuff that you gave them accurate?
to me, it was accurate. Now, historically, I'm not 100% sure, but I believed it, so it had to be true at that moment. So from there, I don't,
Just faked it till you made it? Made it?
yeah, I mean, there's probably some Boston trivia that was not as
Questionable?
accurate as it probably could
Did
have been.
anybody call you out?
No, never. Everybody was
Nobody
just
knew.
happy to have a good time, and I gave them a good time. So
You actually we have a trophy in our house.
Employee of the Year, right?
Employee of the Year.
It was all those long-winded, but it was great because I could go to a table, take their orders, and then talk to them, and then my second server and my SA would make sure.
They would basically do all the work.
Yeah, my truly only job was to take orders and make sure that they always had what they needed. For a 4-hour cruise, that makes it for a good night. So we had everything. It was a 4-course meal. Everything there was included in the tickets except for alcohol. So you had to upsell to make your tips, to have the things to make your tips off of, because everything was already paid for before that. So
We've given a lot of our servers that advice when they were, new to serving. It was the upsell of the alcohol, because that'll
upsells of everything is where you make your tips and stuff.
And they would do it, and they would just be shocked by how much more money they made at the end of the night when they would just upsell stuff.
One of my, off the subject, but one of my favorite questions I always ask a new employee before we ever started was, and I would make it all serious, and I'd be like,
This is important.
this is the most important question you'll ever get. Who would win in a fight between Batman and Superman, and why? In this industry, you'll get the most random, craziest questions you've ever thought of, and you got to be able to think on your feet.
Right.
So I wanted to see how you could think.
And I think the ones that really
into it?
Yeah, stood out as far as servers
were the ones that got
were the
deep
ones that didn't even skip a beat and answered it.
Just
and
kinda,
had a great explanation. So it was a good question. You find out a lot. So you just
kind of go with it for there. So after spending a season and a half on the boat, I went with my buddy Bob, who got me into Boston. We started working for the Red Sox. So my first partial season was in 2004. And for sports fans in Boston, 2004 was the year they broke the World Series curse. And it was absolutely wild. You're talking about, they were down 3-0 to the Yankees. And they were the first team ever to win 4 in a row to win a series that was down 3-0. And so they were literally burning cars on the streets. I mean, it was the wildest time you could ever possibly want to be in Boston. And so I got in there and I said, I did 04, 05, 06, and 07, and we won the World Series again in 07 while I was there. Wish I had money then because I had an opportunity to buy a Red Sox World Series ring.
Ooh.
But, I'm 22 years old and I didn't have $40,000 or whatever it cost for
You
us.
could have if you didn't blow it.
No, I don't think so. There's no way I could have blown that much at the bar. There's a chance, but I don't think so. But so we were there. I started off as bartender, server in some of the clubs, and then I got my own club in the 07 season. I had the Absolute Club, the Vodka Club, and it was for the first and second row behind home plate. And they were the only people that had access to the club. So you got everybody you see on the behind home plate, they were in the club. Like, I'll never forget his name. His name was Dennis Drinkwater. His family had started Giant Glass, which was the largest windshield or glass company in New England. So this guy had some, I would say, decent money.
Probably an understatement.
Well, he's the one that had, this is when the Patriots started getting really good too.
Do you think any of them will see this?
I hope so. They may remember me. But I'll never forget.
You didn't have a beard then.
No, they may not recognize me. The Red Sox Yankees played the evening game at Fenway. And then the Patriots, I can't remember who they played. But he took a helicopter after the fourth inning from the Fenway game, took it down to Foxborough so he could be there for opening kickoff of the Sunday night game for the Patriots.
Huh.
So, I always thought that was neat.
Out of all your experiences, which one taught you the most? Would it be Elephant Castle?
Elephant Castle taught me probably the most skills-wise. Fenway was just I'd say Fenway gave you the customer service because, you're with 60,000 fans going crazy, and you gotta, it was an experience. I know that. We had the owners meeting in one of my clubs one time, and so John Henry, the owner of the Red Sox, came in, and he was going, they were all eating, and the chef's like, he only wants this type of cheese. So this is in the middle of July, and it is so hot, and I'm wearing a suit. And so the only place to get that cheese was literally on the other side of the park. So here I am in a suit in the middle of a game, running through people to get to the other side of the park to get a piece of cheese to run it back through all the way back to the other thing so he could get it on his food before they ate. And then he ate it and was wonderful and didn't even realize what I had to go to. I know. The things you got to go through to make sure you're...
to make sure everybody's happy, especially in that club.
And that's a life lesson on anything. You still got to, even here, I don't care if you just came to see us or if you come in all the time, they deserve the same respect that the owner of the Red Sox gets. They're all customers in the same sense.
Right.
Except for one owns you and the other doesn't. But that was an experience. I enjoyed that. I'm a baseball guy. I'm a sports guy. So it was just neat meeting all the players, getting to meet David Ortiz, Big Papi, and Manny Ramirez, and all that stuff was neat. And then it was neat for me was like mom and dad and my brother Scott got to come out, and I was able to get them tickets on the Monster, and they sat next to Manny Ramirez's wife and kids one game, and so they're up there, and Manny's not even paying attention to the game. He's making puppets with his gloves to his kids. And I forget one time mom and dad were like, there was a ball hit and he was still looking up at us, and he finally turned around and saw it and went and caught it, but he wasn't even paying attention when they were pitching the ball. But it was just little things like that, and just getting to meet people. And I could talk sports and all that all day. The other neat one I liked was
It was
Theo
all
Theo
good.
Epstein was his name. He was the general manager of the Boston Red Sox. He's the one that broke the curse. And then 8 years later, he went to the Cubs, and he was the one that broke the curse for the Cubs when they won their World Series after 100 and some years. But we got to go in there one day, and he was late for a luncheon. I went in the kitchen, made him some dinner or lunch, and he was like, "You want to sit down with me? Cook yourself something." So I made something, and we sat down and talked. And he's like, "We can talk baseball. I'll answer any questions you ever have, but I will not discuss Red Sox." And I said, "That's okay. I'm not a Red Sox fan." So I said, "I'm a Cardinals fan." So,
It's a
which was embarrassing because we played him in '04 and we got swept. Not only did I lose a lot of money, I had to be paraded around in Red Sox jerseys and hats for everybody to see. So
I just think it's neat that you got to experience that because you do love baseball, you love sports, but you also love food, and you love. I think in this restaurant, in this aspect, you really loved being the person. I could go out and just talk to anybody. We've had so many people just get angry over the littlest things, but 2 minutes with you and they were your best friend and they walked out here and were just completely happy and then we seen them back the next week. So, I mean, just to have that experience where you're running on all cylinders, that would be pretty cool.
I do. I love that part of it. I really do. That was one of my favorite parts. But I do love to cook too. So I really like both. That's why I want you to put me in
Like this?
no, what was it? Like the places, like Tokyo, what do they have?
Oh, the
Little hibachi grill.
Yeah, the
Throw me a
grill.
hibachi grill and sit me some people around and I'll put on a show.
Oh my gosh.
Be a good show.
So we open a restaurant.
Yes.
We make the decision to open the restaurant in 19.
Yeah. Little did we know this little thing called Corona. Not in a bottle.
Not in a bottle. Not the good Corona.
No, not the good one. Comes around.
But I think we really lucked out because had we opened and then been shut down, we would have never survived that.
True, that would have been a killer.
And I always joke that you're the luckiest person I've ever met.
I do have a little luck in me.
Because there was so much left to do and we were really pushing for that March 2020 open. And then that happens and then you get like an entire year to finish everything.
I know. When it first came out of lockdown and everybody was getting out, it was really great. But I feel like the whole industry has changed completely because of that. And it won't ever be the same as what it was before.
It's been a very volatile environment for any kind of service industry, but most importantly, the food industry.
Yes.
From, the inflation to getting people back in the doors to, it's just been a mess.
It's hard.
It is really hard.
I know it shook the world up and everything, but it shook up this industry so much that it'll never go back to what it was before. And I feel like you've got to adapt with everything that comes with it, because if you don't, you'll just be the next restaurant that goes down that doesn't open back up.
Right.
And I hate that. So, and that's part of the reason, there we go. That's part of the reason we really enjoyed the restaurant. But we also had to adapt, and it was getting difficult to find people that wanted to work, and people that wanted to be involved with everything that we do.
Yeah, DoorDash delivery. It's a grilled chicken sandwich, extra honey mustard, and a side of fries.
Fries. Okay. But
everything that we went through, everything that we did, I guess it's a two-parter. Do you regret opening the restaurant?
Oh, gosh, no.
Okay.
I do not regret
I've seen the restaurant industry for
Your whole life. I mean, you've been
basically
in
my
it
whole life. I
basically your
mean,
life.
as far as back as I can remember. And so I think I have a different view of it than you do. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't regret it, but I regret not doing certain things.
Yeah.
Or I regret not being given the opportunity to do certain things.
I agree with that. I mean, I would do things differently than we did that time. I would change a lot of things that we know now that we didn't know then. But the experience and all that, I wouldn't change.
No. We learned a lot.
But that's gotten us to where we are here now, the ghost kitchen. You know, that's more forward thinking than a lot in the area that you're just not used to that kind of stuff. You see it in the cities, you see it in all that stuff, but you're going to get more quality food in a ghost kitchen that can put it out and not have to go with the main.
There's so many aspects from start to finish that can ruin anybody's experience in a restaurant.
100%.
But I think knowing when we even contemplating closing, I really struggled with it because, one, it was a dream, but dreams evolve, right?
Yes. Dreams have to evolve or you'll never get there. So
you have to evolve, period, if you're going to own a business. But my thing is, like, the moment we made that decision, the moment like it was finalized between you and I, it was the biggest weight off of my shoulders. I don't know about you, but just taking that 6 months off and not having to worry about any of this.
Yeah. It makes a difference. It really does.
It was probably the greatest thing we did.
I did like it. It gave us a chance to come up with what we've come up with now, which I love. I still get to see everybody in the capacity of picking up their food and everything like that, but I get to control everything. I think I like that better.
Did you know we were going to do this in January?
No, I did not.
I didn't either. When did we even discuss this?
It was after Dad got sick, so probably
into May.
Probably
I would say into
there.
May.
So, you know, I was preparing for, I don't know, life outside of the food industry. That it's been a while since I've done anything outside of the food industry that I enjoyed, and I was really nervous about that. So, but I am glad that we do what we do now, and we can't say anything yet, but I like what we have coming up and the things that we're working on.
Well, I think you can, because this isn't live and we can air it whenever we want.
Oh, that's true too.
So, what is next?
Our next is taking the show on the road.
Taking the show on the road.
We've got a food truck that we are working on now, and we got to get it fixed. We got to get it cleaned up and whatever we want to do to it, but I want to take our delicious homemade food other places. I want to go do festivals. I want to go do fun things. I want to take our food to where the people are at instead of waiting for the people to come where our food is, even though they still come.
Now, you know, one of the biggest questions we're going to get is if we're going to continue to do this.
If we're going to continue to do the ghost kitchen?
Yeah.
In theory, yes. But it'll be, when we first start, we will definitely be doing here and on the road. I like having a home base. I like to be able to come in here and prep and do whatever we need to do that we can take on the road with us. Deliveries, things like that. But outside of that, I guess the real dream would be to do so well that we had a few food trucks and then eventually I can just retire and be the face of this. Maybe not. But that would be the ultimate dream. I'm looking forward to like the Route 66 Festival. We got friends that can help us get into the Missouri State Fair, which will be, that'll be a lot.
Yeah.
That's like 2 weeks of
We
just.
got a lot. I mean, have we ever done a food truck? No.
No. Do we have any idea how to do a food truck?
I mean, we do, but
I know how to cook.
I think
I know
we
how to
need
pull a trailer, so what else
we
do we
got
need?
little areas set up so we can like go through it. Because it's different than a full kitchen. We have everything we could possibly need here. It's like we can't fit all of this into that truck.
No, it'll be toy.
It would be really tight.
It'll be real toy. What I'm excited about the food truck is getting our kids involved in it.
Oh, Benjamin's so excited.
Benjamin, letting him
He's
take
so
orders
excited.
and things like that. You know, the Springfield Food Truck Show is this fall, and we got to take Benjamin to it and everything. How's it going? Yes, you are about 2 minutes out on it for you. He got to go, and he just absolutely had the best time of his life.
And he's so picky. He's kind of like Brian in that aspect that he is just
He's
so
like a child.
picky.
Yeah, I get it.
He does not want to try new things. And he went into this festival and ordered one thing from every truck, which was crazy. And he ate it. And then he was honest. I don't like it. Yeah, I kind of do like this. And the tacos.
Yeah, he was eating some tacos. And then we went to the food truck at the Lake of the Ozarks the next day, and he's like, "Where's all the tacos at? Where's all this at?" And
Yeah,
I was like,
he was very disappointed.
okay, well, now we're getting into it. Well, it's good
But
looking.
the llama tacos, what is that place called? It's out of Springfield.
Well, that looks good.
He has converted our son.
All right, so I
Hates
got
any tacos that we make
grilled.
anymore.
Do you have all the fixins?
Yes, I'm getting them.
Okay. But I think that'll be fun. I think Aiden will enjoy it till he ships out.
Till he ships out, that's not going to be...
Oh, don't start crying.
Well, then don't make me cry.
Our son's going into the Navy, so we're excited. I'm excited for him.
I am too. I'm really excited for him, but we watched his last band performance this morning, and it's sad. And I cried. I think I cried the last time I watched it.
You did.
All right, you're good. Do you need silverware?
Yeah, probably a good one.
Here you go.
Yep. Here you go, sir. I'm excited for that. I just got to get the truck done.
It doesn't require a lot, though.
No, it really doesn't. It's just
We
getting
just
it
got to
going.
redo the outside of it. It's like a god awful yellow that is illuminating our entire house as it sits
When the
in our
sun
driveway.
hits it in the afternoon, I was like, what is that ugly pitch in our house? But it's just the
Just
yellow,
look at
the sun of the yellow and doing that. And it's, what else you got?
Frozen or fresh?
Unless it's a Red Baron, it's fresh all the time. I do love me a Red Baron every once in a while, but other than
Everybody in
that, I like fresh. It's always fresh.
Isn't it sad that we used to make pizzas and we eat Red Baron? Well, it's awful.
I've eaten Red Baron for
I don't want to go
30
home and
years.
cook, though.
I don't. That's the hard part.
I think it's fun, but I'd much rather bake at home because I don't usually get to bake here.
No, and it's hard to bake here with all the chaos and change of temperatures, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd always go fresh over frozen.
You can serve one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's a good one.
I could serve one thing for the rest of my life. I'd have to go with a burger. Burger and fries. That's like the standard awesomeness of America right there. Burger and fries
What's one thing you want to put on the menu?
was one thing I want to put on the menu. I got to figure out how to get our tenderloin back, because that was one of the best tenderloins I've ever had.
It's pretty good.
I mean, I can't give you I don't even have anything big enough to fit the tenderloins that I used to make in. So I'm going to have to figure out how to change the concept to make it friendly for people to walk up and grab, or you're
For
at
the food truck.
or a festival and you're not going to walk around the festival with, this gigantic thing because you won't be able to eat anything else. So how to twist it down into a smaller version of it and still hit all the quality of it would be where I'd like to go next. Now, I made homemade onion rings yesterday, so that was fun.
And they were delicious.
Right. So
They were really good.
little things.
That's one of my favorite things to order at a restaurant is onion rings, just because I want to see, are they cooking it or are they pulling it out of a bag? And you can tell.
Oh.
You can absolutely tell if it was made by hand or if it was pulled out of a freezer.
Show me the batter and I can tell you if it's what it's made out of, if it was frozen or not.
We're so critical, and I don't even think we mean to be.
Oh, we do.
It's maybe a little.
That's more like it. Yeah. No, we do. And it's, if you've ever been in the restaurant industry,
it's hard not to.
And then you go out to eat at somebody else's restaurant, it's hard to switch off that, oh God, she's not asking right, what's the server doing, and I'm just thinking, and I'm just sitting there in my head going, oh, she's not doing her job, she needs to be doing something.
I'm a people watcher. When we got to Piropos, I'm so glad we chose to sit at the bar because I just got to watch everything.
I could use one of those steaks.
I would prefer to do that than sit at a linen table with the fancy china, and I don't want to do that.
But I do. I love that part of our job is to go try other people's food.
Yeah.
To get inspiration from what they've created on their own. To get something in our mind that we like that was from that, and then turn it into our own idea that has nothing to do with theirs, but their seasonings or some flavor they had just popped, and then it turned something else on that you're like, oh, that's good. What can we use that with? Or how can we take what they had and turn it into our own?
I think, don't get me wrong, imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
It's true.
But when you literally cookie cut exactly what somebody else is doing, that's not original.
No,
it's absolutely ridiculous. I tell people I'm not on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, doing our stuff, but I don't follow other people, and it's not a bad thing towards them. I want to know that what I'm putting on our menu is literally, it's coming from my head.
Right.
That's where the creativity comes from, and I don't want. But at the same time, we go to restaurants and we see how they do one thing, and man, that's a really cool concept. It would be even better if we could do it this way. Yeah. And then we go back and we try it a different way. that's.
But you also have to think that, we're not looking at how they make something.
Right.
We're tasting what we enjoy, and we're like, oh, boy, if you added this ingredient to this, boy, that would make it even better.
Right.
But you still have to create it yourself because you don't know how anybody else properly makes it, or if they make it from whatever.
Right. I think a lot of people used to get frustrated with me is because I never measured anything.
Yeah. Oh, what's the recipe on that? Oh, yeah, a dash here, and then just fill it to here. With what? Oh, with, No, I don't know. That's why I look at a recipe and go, oh, okay, I'll make it. And then I'm like, look at your recipes, and they're like, salt. Add this. Well, okay, how much? No, it's not on there. No, that don't taste right. She's like,
my favorite is the spoons. Just get one of those giant spoons and put a heaping spoon of this in there and a heaping spoon of that in there.
Well, how do you make that sauce? Oh, it's by color. What do you mean it's by color? Oh, I just mix it all, everything I have in there, and then when it gets to a certain color, I know it's right. Well, how am I supposed to make that? I don't know what color it is. It could be salmon, but it could be red. I don't know.
Consistency is important too.
Yeah. That's why you're consistently making it. That's how we started.
That's how we started. Now, I was just at Pepper's.
You were? That's how I met you. Well.
No. I
was trying to be nice about
Pepper's,
it. We did meet at Pepper's. I hit on you at a funeral. Okay, I'm sorry. I hit on you at a funeral. I did. Tommy, I'm sorry you died. It worked out for me. Love you, Tommy. That was nice.
That is where we met, though, and that is the first time we've ever met. But I had no idea who you were. You had no idea. And then we realized who our parents were and that we have known our parents, each other's parents, for 20 plus years and never met each other. That was kind of crazy.
It's funny how things work out.
I know.
But yeah, I think that's
all the questions I got.
We got into everything, so.
Yeah. That's the origin. Next one, we'll dive into something else, but.
Yeah, I think that was a good first look at us in the kitchen together. I mean, you got to be safe. You have sharp
crazy.
Knives in the kitchen. See? And you work with your wife who loves you to death most days. Look, yeah, exactly. You got to learn to go at it right.
What? Learn to what?
Go at it right.
Right.
I don't know if I'm fast enough to out.
We spend every living moment together.
And isn't that just the greatest thing in the world, Bab?
Oh, it's the dream.
Yeah.
We're living the dream.
Yeah. Your nightmare.
Oh my gosh.
Penny, you ask.